Hey, how are you? Kind of new to the space. Um, the idea of crypto I've known about for a little while now, but as far as the actual technology and blockchain and how it all works, I've slowly been researching. Just to comment off of what someone said, about, you know, not wanting to work, I feel like a lot of us came into the space and are here looking for some kind of financial freedom. Um, And I think that's what drove us here with crypto. Now we're at the point of NFTs. I would love to see how Web3 kind of advances. I know it's a technology that we're kind of working on. I'm big into AR, augmented reality, because I'd love to see how all this VR technology comes and deals with, real life at a point, we're only in a digital metaverse to a point. I definitely think that it's amazing that technology brings us all together. Um, but um, again, I'm just learning, so just hopped in this space. Had a couple ideas before, but just kind of flowing with the conversation.
Awesome. Yeah, augmented reality is going to be really cool. And if there is anybody in here that has expertise or a lot of insider experience with augmented reality, come up to speak. I'd love to hear your perspectives of it, of what augmented reality or the VR world is going to look like. Ram, talking about that, one thing that I find interesting is there was the game that came out, Pokemon Go, and that game took the world by storm. It was a craze. I think it was about 5, 6 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer. But
Is it just quiet or I just can't hear anybody? Just put up 100% if you can hear me and not anybody else.
Yeah, I can hear you, but
We can hear you.
yeah, people are talking. I'm not sure if it must be your connection. Yeah, Austin, you can continue. I don't see Price couldn't hear.
okay, so with the with that being said, with Pokemon Go, what was cool about it is it got a lot of people outside of the house and going and searching for these Pokemon monsters, and they'd use their phone as like a lens into this augmented reality world. What happens if those are NFTs? And the only way to capture those monsters or something or mint that NFT is going out into the real world and playing this game. And maybe it's not with your phone, maybe it's advanced enough towards with a pair of glasses. And you're out hiking or whatever it may be, and you find this monster or this NFT, and you are able to mint that or something, and you own it. So there's a lot of cool things that can happen with augmented reality. Um, that makes me really excited. There's one augmented reality use case in cars right now in the Mercedes Benz that came out in 20, I believe it's a 2021, maybe 2022 Mercedes Benz that came out a few months back, and it has it on the screen to where when you're driving and you're using GPS and you got to take a turn, your screen on the car will actually show the road using the cameras in the car, will show the road and then have arrows pointing to which way. So if you have to take a right turn, it's like a video game. In the video games where it has those like Need for Speed, it had the arrows up on the screen or up on the in the video game. Same thing with this Mercedes Benz. It's using augmented reality and putting those arrows and those things in the car for when you're supposed to turn. Instead of just having a flat two-dimensional map where you're looking when you're GPSing, it's an actual camera feed in your car of the road, but with um, arrows, stop signs, things like that, just signaling to you how to better find your destination. So those things are really cool. Hey, Etu Boundary, you popped up. How are you doing?
Seems like he's a little shy.
Yeah, MT Boundary might be a little shy.
Sorry, every time it's C Price. Every time I put my hand up, it just kind of goes on mute. Just saying. I don't know.
Well, we can hear you. You can go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I know you've been trying to talk.
Sorry. I was just going to ask Austin, over this 15 days, I just want to ask, because part of with the bees, we're kind of really collaborating and bringing in other ways of using blockchain with, I guess you could say different companies or different projects and combining them in a sense. That's kind of what with the bees. I was on YouTube earlier and I kind of got a better understanding of that. Is there a way to where we have like maybe like a running, I'm used to like Google um, um, having a, if you enter in data in there, so if you find projects that are combined or like the same, can we link them up? That way we're not re-talking about the same projects, and we can kind of bring them in at the same time to where they can all speak and maybe collaborate to get them to kind of join forces, I guess you can say. That was kind of one of my big questions over these 15 days, because these spaces, people are, a lot of them have the same kind of ideas and they want to do things, but they might do things differently, but we want to combine them too. Or at the same time, if we want to bring in a new project and we research it like on Google, and we want to bring in like say 5 projects, we reach out to them and to try to find a time to have them all join the space, so that way we can all collaborate together with the bees. Is there anything that we can utilize that's already set up to where we're not, in a sense, repeating ourselves, or we can see?
So with that being said, there is not an official document or something like that, but this is a DAO. So if somebody in the DAO did want to create that, then they're more than welcome. If you want to create a running document that everybody in the DAO can utilize to see what projects everybody's keeping track of, see when scheduling a time for them to all come in and collaborate, everybody's more than welcome to do something like that. Color Me Crypto, welcome up here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. What's up,
And if,
Beaton? Did I talk over somebody? Sorry.
C Price, you still talking?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
I'm
we can hear
sorry.
you.
You can go ahead. No, you're good. It was just
That was an awkward start, but hey, bees, what is up? What's up? Every time I see Web3 on one of your conversations, I always feel like I have to jump in, and of course, I'm going to say hi. It was my birthday on the 9th of this month. I'm still celebrating.
Happy
But
birthday.
thank you. One of the presents I requested was an Oculus Quest 2, which I got my grandson last year for Christmas, but I felt like I needed one because I'm truly excited about the metaverse, and I'm definitely what could probably be termed a futurist. I definitely want to learn how to get into, the different metaverses and play around and see what it's like there. I know that, the Oculus headset is somewhat clunky, and that there are companies working, even as I speak, on doing something that will be far less clumsy. I think Disney just did a patent on some AR technology that doesn't require a headset. And I'm sure they're not the only ones trying to come to market with similar things. So I suggest, especially if you're just a little bit more mature like myself, and you want to kind of see what everything is all about, just trying to explore with the Oculus. You don't have to buy one, but you can certainly, if you feel safe enough, going into a Best Buy or something and testing one out just to see what it's about. Because I feel like, things are only going to get more and more technological. This technology is going to get more and more advanced. And, we want to be present for all of the opportunities that are there.
Absolutely. And thanks for coming up and welcome up here. I do want to ask a couple of just what are your thoughts on what Web3 is? Let's educate each other. Let's educate everybody in the audience. What is Web3 to Color Me Crypto?
I see Web3 just as the next advancement of the internet, where Web 2 was actually about companies and corporations, Web 3 is actually about the people. Where Web 2 was about you being able to interact on platforms built by these corporations, Web 3 is about you building out your own platforms and being able to interact with whoever the heck you want to, and not just the algorithm of Twitter or Facebook. Web 3 is about content creators actually benefiting from what they create, and Web 2 is about making people the product. So I'm here for it. I'm excited. I see the opportunity. I see the potential of where this can go and what this can be. And yes, we're going to still, continue to have elements of Web 2 or 2.5, as some people say, because that's what we know. And this is a new thing. And we're actually creating it as we're making this stuff up as we go along, which is exciting. We're pioneers, and we get to define exactly what Web3 is for each of us. But I know it's something really good. It has been something really good for myself and my family personally. So I'm again very, very excited about where this is going. If we continue to remain, gatekeepers and let these corporations that are coming into the space know what we expect and we set the standards, then it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head when you said, some call it Web 2.5, and we're building it as we go with Web 3 because Web 3 isn't here yet. We're still extremely early to what Web 3 is and what it becomes. Right now, it's still in theory. We're building towards it, and like Color Me Crypto said, it's almost like it's a blank canvas, and we get to create it and innovate it how we see fit with the technology available to us. Um, we've seen some of the most popular use cases over the past couple of years when it comes to DeFi, when it comes to DAOs, when it comes to NFTs. I know that you are big into the NFT space, Color Me Crypto. Do you want to give some of your thoughts on the power of NFTs and how they've aligned incentives with online communities or just some of the use cases of NFTs?
I see NFTs playing into the Web 3.0 culture for certain and for sure. That it's exactly what I described earlier. So NFTs become your membership pass into a lot of these entry points into the metaverse in some cases, into DAOs in other cases. They are going to become your way to basically monetize yourself, create gains for yourself and your family, and even beyond just these profile pics that we all have up here, which are so cute. I love the bees. Um, Even beyond that, one day they're going to represent, homes and real estate and insurance and actual IDs. One day they're going to represent your medical history, just right there, all in one place, accessible. One day they're going to represent diplomas and verifications of all kinds. So we really have just started to scratch the surface of where NFTs are going to go and what they're going to be able to do. And as early movers in the space, again, if you're here now, you're in the right place. You're early. So no matter what happens with profile pics, which are cute, these are just the very, very early stages of the potential of NFTs to change the world as we know it.
Yeah, one of the biggest things you said there was like it gives access or membership to this technology, such as the metaverse. And I think one thing right now, if you look around, we all have a username and a password to almost every single app or website that we use. And what is that username or password used for? To grant you access to that platform. So just in that one scenario, NFTs are going to be powerful for that, just granting access. And I love that it aligns online communities in the aspect of, I was having a conversation with somebody just a couple days ago about heart doctors across the world. And heart doctors, they, maybe they're part of an association, but they aren't connected. They're not communicating with each other in a Discord group or on a Twitter space or discussing the latest and greatest things that they've discovered in heart surgery or in and promoting, heart health. And what if they all hadn't? What if you came out of your residency and you were able to buy an NFT to get access to the top 10% heart doctors in the world? That would be great knowledge for you to get direct access or mentorship from them. So that was one thing I love that you said about the access and the membership benefits that NFT serves as. Are you excited for the future, Color Me?
I think you guys can tell that by my conversation here, because I've always been a person that had an affinity for technology. I've always loved sci-fi, fantasy. And when I see this like coming to real life, it definitely is exciting. Everything that we have, accomplished as a country, the technological advances that we have made, and now to finally see, of course, some of them have benefited people in certain ways, but here we have something that can actually grant a direct benefit. We've seen people be able to buy their dream homes, resign. We had the great resignation that is still currently taking place, where 4% of people decided they wanted a better work-life balance, and they didn't have to do things the same way they've been doing them. And some of that was because of crypto, some of it was because of NFTs, some of it was because of Web3 opportunities. And so when you think of things along those lines, and understand where we are, and yes, I know people get tired of hearing you're so early, but it's true. We are. And it's amazing. This is only a
Did she get rugged? Or did I get
Okay, I
rugged?
guess so. I thought it was me.
Oh,
I think she did. Everybody's getting rugged today. I think it's all the people. That's
all the
crazy.
bandwidth.
We're overloading. We're
Oh,
overloading Twitter, and it's only day one.
it's only hour one. We're only 45 minutes.
Yeah,
into this.
yeah, what a start. Woo-hoo.
That sucks. I was hoping to hear what she was saying. She was on a roll.
Yeah, she's on a
know.
roll.
Back. She's
Yeah,
back.
my
Hey,
phone
Color
won't
Me.
let me be great tonight, y'all. So it's been doing that literally all day in every freaking Twitter space. So yeah, me and Android, Samsung got to have a conversation, but y'all get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
I want to ask you this, because you are really intelligent and you're really in the weeds when it comes to Web3 and learning this space with a lot of us. What is one industry or one maybe business model or practice, whatever it may be? What is one thing out there that you are most passionate about or wish that Web3 improves or disrupts to make a better product?
I'm gonna say I'm
Oh,
most excited about DAOs and the possibility of DAOs. Not all DAOs are created equal. I think we understand the concept, but we haven't gotten down to what DAOs can actually do and how they can function. So because it is so new, and because like I said, we're making this stuff up as we go along. So I'm most excited for those, because those will be by the people, of the people. They're not venture capitalists. That's one way that the Web3 space is disrupting. It's people from everywhere, all over the world, connected by one single goal or several, raising you money, deciding how that money which equates to power, how that's going to be spent, how that capital is going to benefit the community. And I don't think we've seen a time in history where it's happened on this scale. So once we get the DAO concept right, because a whole lot of folks are going to get it wrong initially, but we need those mistakes because that's how we grow, until somebody finally is going to get it right. And we're going to have a great model moving into Web3 that's going to really empower a lot of communities, especially marginalized communities, communities of color, women, those kinds of groups that really need that kind of upliftment. So I'm probably most excited about that, where you don't have to, if you don't have perfect credit, go to a bank, but but you got NFTs and you got crypto and you can get a loan. But you're not going to look at me and say, oh well, she's black, she's gay, she's a woman, whatever. the loan officer might look to say or discriminate against me, it's not going to be about that, because that won't matter. So I'm most looking forward to the power of DAOs in this space moving forward.
Yeah, DAOs are extremely exciting in the concept of what they can accomplish, and it's really cool to see where all of the people that are participants of the platform or of a product or even just a mission, they are also a lot of times financially incentivized to go and spread it as well with utilizing DAOs. And if not financially incentivized, they have ownership or power over the platform or the mission in that aspect. So DAOs are extremely exciting. I want to take it a step further with that question. And what is one current industry, such as music or industry or real estate or automotive or healthcare?
I'm gonna
that
say, for me, like real estate, when that comes online, that's going to be powerful again because of all of the redlining and discriminatory practices. And a lot of us know that building generational wealth, one of the building blocks is real estate, or having your, being able to own your, piece of the pie. And there's so many barriers to that, especially for people of color, that I feel like Web3 has the power to basically disintegrate.
She ain't wrong there, because there are still deeds in Pennsylvania and in New Jersey to this day that state on the deed that no African American can own that property. So she definitely is not wrong there.
So you feel me, Viking Lord? You know what I'm saying? That's not only for, people of color, but like I said, any marginalized community, or people, like I said, that just have been, just life happened to them. Stuff happened. Sometimes it was not due to any fault of their own, and maybe their credit is, not the best. And we all know how Fair Isaacs ain't fair. So, things that like that I'm really, really excited about, because if we can close the gap between the rich and the poor in this country, and make things a little bit more, equal and free, it'll be a better country. Also, the music industry is pretty amazing. I was just in a space today where they were talking about signing up a particular music artist I know in the space, Sassy Black, just got uh, a deal with this particular company where they are able to, even if you don't have a contract with, say, a music um, record company, a standard traditional record company, you could come there and make music and produce your own music and keep the proceeds of that music. Nobody is going to, financially gouge you for what you have created. So that's why I say Web3 is great for content creators, music, artists, all of that kind of stuff. So it's really exciting to see where all of this is heading.
Yeah, I think last night it was that Nas, the rapper Nas, he launched an NFT project through the platform Royal,
Yeah,
and I didn't look too far into it. I haven't had the time to
it's sold
dig a little
out. It's
detail.
sold out.
Why don't you tell us what
Mhm.
that project was about, why it
I
sold
can
out, or
I
what the
can tell
token
you
holders got?
what I do know, but it was the opportunity for just regular people to buy a particular song of his and actually share in the royalties for it. So that's how he raised the money to put that out, rather than going through a record company. And we all have heard those horror stories about what they do to artists. They charge back for things like album covers and musicians, studio time, anything. The artist basically ends up selling millions of records and then being poor.
So he
Um,
ain't the first one to do that. Tory Lanez did it.
yeah.
Tory Lanez has a really, really nice album. I've got one in my wallet if anybody wants to go take a look. And the album's fire. And then Kings of Leon did that. Tory Lanez, he got Lil Baby over there about to pop another one with him here pretty soon.
And Timbaland also got into some kind of partnership with four Bored Apes, so they're doing some music stuff. So, I mean, we're just scratching the surface. The possibilities here are limitless or even if you're an artist who just didn't get the big break, you can create your own opportunity, and that's exciting.
Yeah, I want to say how, it's not to look over the power of what that did for musicians and just kind of pioneering it. With Nos releasing that song that way, and the token holders that went and bought the rights to that song or pieces of that song, one, as an artist, if he was an up and coming artist or even Nos himself, it bootstraps capital. So him being a talented artist, he's able to bootstrap some capital to continue furthering his talent, continue furthering his career. But also the token holders that bought into the song or bought into the project, not only are they fans, so they can go and just share it with their friends and say, listen to this song. This is a fire song, as Viking Lord said. Um, but also they're financially incentivized to go and share it. So it adds a whole new dynamic to when you give power to people and ownership to people to go out and just share other people's talents. So content creators are going to be vastly rewarded, and it's going to be a whole new dynamic going forward.
And I love y'all, but y'all know I got my show on YouTube at 8, so I will definitely pop in here again. I'm sure y'all will still be on after the show goes off. And I'll see you guys soon.
Well,
Hey,
we about to be
Kayla.
on for 24 hours a day, 15 days, calling me crypto.
I'm gonna be in here at least an hour every day for those 15 days because I got 4 Bs and I'm ready.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, thanks for popping up here and just sharing, your
Hey,
insights.
Camaras. What's up,
Bye.
Camaras?
Hey, Austin. Hey, everyone. Hey, big community. I'm Austin. I just want to say hi. I'm not feeling well. Looks like I'm with coronavirus. I think so, like everyone. But I'm happy at the same time. I'm still working on my project. I'm just here to say hi and thank you. I'm really in love with this community. It's just amazing. I'm joining you guys, your Discord server, and I wrote a couple times right there. I've been in touch, which was, your Discord server. I really like the way how you guys are like a really nice community, try to helping each other, sharing information. I remember last time, it was the first time I shared with you guys my project, and you were so receptive and asking questions, trying to help and be engaged with me. And this is something, I really appreciate for you guys, especially for you, Austin, for giving the opportunity to speak up here in your space and be like so friendly with me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you get feeling better. It sucks to hear that you're sick. While we got you up here on speaking, with the title of the space, we titled it "What Are You Building?" because we do want to find out what people are building. Not necessarily. I don't want to hear people like pitching or shilling or hyping what they've got. Tell us what you're trying to accomplish and what resources you need to accomplish it. And I know you are working on empowering women to become developers and um, the things that you're working on. So why don't you tell us, what you're trying to accomplish, and if there's any woman in the audience, listen up because she's a leader in this space. So, Camaris, if you're up for it, what is it that you're building?
Yeah, sure. So right now, this is let me give you a little background of me. So, I'm a Cisco engineer. I'm in the IT field. I have been studying, getting myself ready to all the revolution of the internet, so the Web3. Sorry, one second. Oh my God, so sorry. And at the same time, I'm studying Solidity language, which is basically the language that you use for the smart contract for the NFT things. It's a lot of things going on, right? I have been trying to engage everyone, trying to share the information. And as you mentioned, the Web3, which is basically the third version of the internet, right? So trying to um, engage everyone in the technology, or trying to engage a woman in technology with Solidity, and just to be ready to participate or be part of the story, right? That's going on right now. So we basically working on empowering woman move to try to get an educated woman and woman in the and the NFT world and the Solidity be exposed to technology, Web3, blockchains, all that technology happening at the same time, and giving a little bit more information about how you can participate, like right now in this revolution and those things that the new concepts that everyone's like asking, what is this exactly? Because honestly, you have to, sometimes have been hosting some space to give information, and people are still like not understanding a little bit what is that, or how it works, or what that means, what is validity, what is those kind of stuff that is technology properly. And that's what I'm trying to do, right? Like explaining and trying to engage people, ask a question about how we like, or if you are the kind of person with you would like to start learning about it. Because those kind of let's say like IT field or like IT things, it's not a lot of people they don't like, right? Like no, I don't think I, because right now there's a lot of people with probably looking for, or they working from the point of view of artists, photographers, or they doing something else they would like to participate in another thing. But yeah, my community or what I'm working is in the IT, or let's say IT field, let's say the Web3, and how can I engage people to start working, for example, on this, so the careers, or start learning about what is the Web3 and what's the and what way they can participate in this. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because my memory, I wrote it down in one of my notes, so I have to go back to it. But you are you're in the US, but you're doing a lot of work overseas, or are you overseas or in another country outside the US right now?
I am in US right now, but for example, Sunday I would be hosting a space for beginners in the NFT, Web3, blockchain, like trying to explain little or basic concepts for African student. I think it's gonna be some student or beginners, people in the beginner field, trying to understand a little bit what is the NFT and those basic concepts. So yeah.
I think, and that's awesome. That's one of the biggest things right now is content creation and education. Because I think the last I looked up the stat, 34%.
Hey, so I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going on inside the spaces so that you can check that out, and then go to the link that's in this description of the video so that you can join the space yourself. If you have a B, you're going to get credit for listening. If you don't have a B, go get one and then join the space and learn how to learn to earn. All right. Thanks for everybody for watching. Appreciate it. And get over to Twitter Spaces and join in on the marathon. I think we're going to end up calling it the Guinness Book of World Records and maybe get some credit for it. All right. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you on the spaces.